Round 1. DJ Debs versus the obstacles of life. Fight!
Time right. It's almost time, baby. You ready?
I'm so ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Now, make sure y'all hitting the thumbs up. Make sure y'all comment and let us know where y'all tuning in from. The show Get 'Em to the Metaverse is about to start. Are y'all ready?
Yes.
Come on, make some noise. Put some fire emojis in the comment section. It's about to be insane. It's about to be insane. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Let's go. Yeah. It's called Get 'Em to the Metaverse.
We gotta get 'em to the Metaverse. Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. It's Jay Dunn.
It's me right here. It's called Get 'Em to the Metaverse.
We gotta get 'em to the Metaverse.
Let's go.
Woo!
Hold up. Hey, hold up. Hey, first of all, how you feeling, Joy Rain?
Hey, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Get 'Em to the Metaverse. Oh my gosh, we are back, people.
Yeah.
Oh, we have so much to talk about, so much incredible news. But before we get into all of that, you know we gotta check in with Jay Dunn, right? How are you feeling today, Jay?
I'm feeling like I'm about to be chilling. Because it's all about to be the best. Because we about to talk about this quest. Oh yeah. Listen, y'all know what it is. Thank y'all for tuning in to Get 'Em to the Metaverse, which just happens to be the most littiest Metaverse podcast on this side of the Metaverse. First of all, you know what the mission is: to help to make the extraordinary Metaverse an ordinary part of life. And with the beautiful, amazing, and gorgeous Joy Rain and your boy Jaden,
The handsome Jay Dunn.
That's right, y'all. Listen, we are absolutely amped in the building, and we got some family already showing up early. We got Hardy West in the building saying, "Hey, yo."
Hey there.
We got Alex with the fire emojis.
Hey,
saying,
Alex.
Yo. Listen, look, man. We are so excited. We are always excited to get into the Metaverse because there's so much going on, Joy. What kind of week have you had this week, first of all?
It has been a whirlwind. Incredible tech news, incredible just trying out all sorts of things, but Jada, we got to talk about all the breaking news coming up.
You know what? I love how you just said that. So you know what we need to do? I think it's about time that we go ahead and get into this week's what? Breaking news. All right, let's get into it. All right. Now, we got to get some things off our chest first. Joy, do you know what today is?
It's October 17th.
That's the wrong answer. That was not what we were going for. You know, some would say it would be our anniversary.
Yes.
But it's actually not. Also,
it's not.
Because what we're talking about, y'all, is about 2 years ago on October 11th.
11th, yes.
A younger Jay Dunn and a much younger Joy Rain. And what I mean by that is, let me explain what I mean by that. Because when you look at her today, you say she looks so young. She looks so freaking young. But what I mean is my baby, she reverses backwards. So it's like she's young today, but she was even younger then.
Okay,
and
you cleaned that up.
I cleaned it up. I cleaned it up.
I see you cleaned it up.
All right. 2 years ago, y'all, we started this podcast. And our mission was simple. We talked about it many times. Number one, to help to make the extraordinary metaverse an ordinary part of life. But that was only one part of it. The other side of it was to help to bring more representation into the metaverse, XR, and VR space. And we are so thankful that we are 45 in to this particular podcast. Joy, come on, tell me. You're looking at this video of us from the very first episode. Look, there was no movement. There was nothing. Do you remember the story behind that? Go ahead.
We came so far. I'm looking at my old thing and I'm like, I was in the dark. And stuff. It's like, but this is the thing. A lot of people don't know. They see what it is now, but they don't know the hiccups and the trial and error that you have to go through in order to get and progress and steadily progress. Yeah. And so I'm just thankful and blessed that everyone who is a part of the Getting Things Done Nation decided to continue rolling with us through our growing pains and our accomplishments and everything. It's been a journey, and I am so excited to continue doing this journey. Jay Dunn.
Absolutely. Listen, I remember that first episode. One reason why, and for those who podcast, you guys are gonna know this. So we had this whole setup. It was ready to go. Motion graphics. We was gonna wow y'all from the second we came on. Okay, and everything just stopped working. Literally,
for some reason.
2 minutes before we went live, I had to go find backgrounds. Thankfully, my past and broadcast and Joy's wonderful time management hands made sure that we had some things prepared just in case. I'm a Boy Scout, so be prepared is one of my mottos. And so we had these backgrounds. We was able to get it going, and man, the show since that day has improved every single time we've hit the live button. So I just want to give a quick shout out to my main co-host, my wife, my partner, Joy Rain, for the incredible work she has done to continue the efforts of pushing this platform, pushing equality in VR, pushing for diversity and inclusion, not just for people of color, but for women as well. And just showing forth what VR can be for so many more people. So Joy, I just want to give you your shout out. Y'all make some noise for Joy. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about me, guys. Y'all make some noise for Joy, because she was really doing it, and it's a blessing.
Thank you,
many people hit me up and say, man, it's such a blessing that you have a partner that does this with you. And I said, no, she's blessed. I'm blessed. We're both blessed that we both love this technology so much that we decided to go all in on this. And Alex, I agree with you 100%. Joy is absolutely amazing.
Thank y'all.
Look, I appreciate everybody's making noise. We appreciate y'all.
Hey.
Everybody making noise. Beneficial gains in the building say J and J.
Hey,
that's right. All right, so we're going to get out the mushy stuff. Now, speaking of mushy stuff. Okay.
Oh Lord.
Well, first of all, I want to get into this. So speaking of Joy, there is a lot of joy on the Quest side of things right now because Meta Quest 3S is at the top of the charts on the Amazon gaming list. That means it's the
Yeah.
best seller right now. It's selling like hotcakes. I mean, someone did put that in their quote somewhere. They posted that it was going to sell like hotcakes, and as you can see, it is on top charts. And the reason why I chose this picture is because it's a great indication seeing the excitement on Joy's face. Look how happy she looks, y'all. Look. I'm gonna
Oh
go
my
ahead.
gosh.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna
Oh.
zoom it in. I'm gonna zoom in. She looks so happy. Uh, just being able to talk about it. But Joy, tell me about your experience. I know we got a whole segment about Quest 3S, but why does this matter right now? Why is this the top selling? Why is the Quest 3S the top selling on
Well,
Amazon?
before we get into all of why it's the top, let's talk about how it is the top. Like, okay, it is the Quest 3S, then it has the PlayStation 5, and then it is what's the third one? The Quest 3,
Yeah,
actually. The two Quest devices is 1 and 3 on Amazon, and it's second to PlayStation 5. And so I'm like, this is exactly what we have been talking about, what we've
absolutely.
been with the Quest 2. And
Yeah,
so now for Quest 3S to come into the picture and now is number one on Amazon is like, it's going to be a great Christmas. That's
come
what I
on.
could just say. It's going to be a great Christmas. People are already planning to get these devices, and um, we're going to talk more about why it's important, but I
Why
don't
it's
want to go
important. Yeah, we
into
don't
all
want
that.
to go too
Yeah,
deep into that. But that was the first
yeah.
thing we wanted to mention because just how powerful it is to see that an item that just came out on October 15th, I believe was the
Hmm.
actual launch day, and then see it out in public and people are getting this thing, seeing it on top of the charts. It's like, that's what we talking about, baby. I need you to outsell all these flat screen consoles. What are you doing?
Yes.
I hope it puts some heat under Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo as well. Because there's been rumors that Nintendo might be working on with their Switch 2 a VR peripheral, and that would just change the game. You know,
Yes, it would.
we'll just talk about that another time. But yes, so that is a little bit about the Quest. But Apple says they're not going to take this one sitting down. Okay, all
Uh-oh.
right. So we have a render here of what could be the future Apple Vision Pro, non Pro Apple Vision, right? So this is just a
Oh.
mock up. This is just a mock up. This is just a mock up. But Joy, there was an article that came out a few days ago to talk
Mhm.
about how Apple is now pivoting from the pro side of things to now looking more into trying to get a cheaper headset. Now, Joy, our hope is that that cheaper headset will be, maybe $1,000, maybe 1,200, But what is the reported number that? Look, Joy, ready, y'all. Go ahead. What's the reported number?
So this is the thing. Okay, so I'm like, okay, so Quest 3S just came out. Now Apple is throwing reports out saying that they're going to come out to a cheaper headset. So we're all in our mind thinking, okay, so the Quest 3S starts at $299 and Apple is saying they're going to come out with a cheaper headset. So I wonder what their price range would be.
Mm-hmm.
Come to find out, they're saying that it is $2,000 allegedly that it would the cheaper headset compared to 3,500. Now, mind you, when the 3,500 is like the base model because after you get all like lenses and taxes and everything, it's close to around 4,000, 4,200 that you end up paying, right? So
Mm-hmm.
then they're saying, okay, we're gonna have a cheaper headset, so 2,000, then let's factor all those things in. It might come around 2,500, 2,900
I mean, but
dollars.
it's
I
cheaper
mean,
though. I
come
mean,
on.
it's cheaper though. Okay, let's say this now. Now, because we're gonna this is a two-parter here because we're gonna get into another piece with Apple in just a second. But let's just focus on this price for a second. So, $3,500. That's $1,500 less. If we go to 2,000, that's 1,500 less than
Mm-hmm.
what is sold. Yes, with taxes, if you get lenses, if you get more storage, of course it's gonna go up. But we're talking about Go into the store tomorrow, $19.99. Well, not $19.99, $1,999. Right? Let's just say that that's the price, and they're saying, hey, you're gonna get. Now it's gonna be missing some features. Here's the funny
That's
part.
what I was just about to say, because it has to be missing some stuff
Yeah.
in order for them to knock that price down.
Look.
So what were you eliminating?
Listen, okay, so this the part. This the part. So the thing that Apple, and listen, we love Apple. So Apple, if you're listening, if you want to sponsor us, holla at your boy, holla at your girl. Okay, but let's say this now. Let's say this now. Let's set the tone, y'all. Y'all tune into this. You know what you're about to get into. All right, the Vision Pro. The Apple said we're gonna put eyesight in front of it. Why? Because VR headsets are isolating. They don't allow people when you're in the other room. It makes people feel uncomfortable because they don't know if they can see you, if you can see them or not, etc. And so they built this device specifically with a 3D display on front that shows your eyes peeping through the glass. That's not even your actual eyes. It's a 3D representation of your eyes to come through. Okay. They also said the Vision Pro is expensive because look, she's waiting for me to mess up. The Vision Pro is expensive because I gotta do my Tim Cook hands. The Vision Pro is expensive because the displays that's inside of it is very, very important and very high def. So the two things that they're gonna do to eliminate that is they're going to reduce the HD, the resolution of the screens, and possibly remove eyesight from the Vision Pro. So my thing is, so it's not a headset.
Da-da-da.
Is it not a headset? Anyway, so you're going through the same thing as so many other people in the space, so many other headset makers, so many other people have had to deal with. So Apple's not excluded from this list.
Right.
So that's go ahead.
Well, I was just saying again, talking about the name of this show is about how affordability, is everything, and how mass adoption comes with affordability.
Yes.
And so I'm not sure who their target audience is with this 2000. I know they're trying to be like, elite and everything like that, but come on, Apple.
Now I'm gonna say this. Now we're gonna switch it a little bit because we don't want to run it on and just kind of completely demolish Apple in this scenario here. But what we will talk about, one of the things that Apple has excelled at is entertainment.
I agree.
And watching content in this headset. There is no headset on the market that you can put on and enjoy content the way you can with the Vision Pro. Yes, it's a $3,500 television. That's what it is. It's a $3,500 movie theater. That's what it is.
I agree.
Now, I want to say this because we watched this very immersive, about 17-minute short film. Me and Joy both put on our Vision Pros. We got into a persona call. We were sitting next to one another, and we watched this 180 degree film. And it was mind-blowing.
It was one of the best things that they have had on Apple Vision Pro to date. And it was incredible. And if all of the experiences are like that, I would say it's well worth the money, to buy it. Yeah. But for the lay person, the everyday person that's looking for a headset to try to just experience it, the price point still isn't there. And also to the experiences, the frequency of the experiences aren't there well. Now, if they were dropping things like that back to back to back, oh my gosh, I would be like, yes, go and get this device. You'll absolutely enjoy it. But it's steadily ramping up, but it's not there yet.
Yeah, like we're getting a NBA 2023, I think 2024 finals, but it's coming like towards the end of this year. I think it's dropping like tomorrow. Like the NBA, what was it? The All-Star Weekend. We're getting the NBA All-Star Weekend short story, a short film that's shot, and I'm sure it's going to be incredible. But it's almost 8 months later after the fact of this thing actually happened. So we need to rate these things to speed up. We need developers on this platform. Once again, I see Beneficial Games says got to be for developers and creators. Then it is a very much for I believe the Vision Pro is a concept. We talked about it in our Vision Pro review.
We did.
It's a vision for the future. So it's like, hey, creators, filmmakers, developers who want to get into spatial computing, this is the canvas that you can get on and begin to build. It's not going to be mass market today. I think they've only sold, based off of some of the information we found, about 500,000 of these. So it's not a mass market thing. Even if someone sells an app on the store, they're not going to become a millionaire overnight. It's just not there yet. But the promise is there. And the hope is maybe with a $2,000 headset, if they can get enough developers to buy into this thing. We need Netflix, we need YouTube. They just took away the third-party YouTube app we had. So now you still got to use Safari to watch YouTube. It's like, this is just a lot of things that's missing, that if we can just get those things right and get the Vision Pro to have real development like the Quest has. Unity 6 just came out. Hopefully that's going to open up some more doors for Vision Pro developers, but we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. All right, so let's continue to talk about our next piece, because one of your favorite VR manufacturers is up next, Joy. You're gonna be excited about this one. HTC now has dropped the Vive Focus Vision. Now I'm gonna read you some specs. I'm going to read you some specs. You let me know. I want to hear you give me a little woot woot. And in the audience, y'all give me a little woot woot if this is tweaking your ear. So first of all, it's a hybrid standalone PC VR headset with full body tracking support and base station free. Does that sound pretty good, Joy?
Keep going.
All right. It has a display port mode that maximizes your PC connection bandwidth, not like a compression with USB-C like we've had. This is going display ports. So you're getting the absolute best bit rate when you plug in to play VR chat or any of your Half-Life Alyx type of experiences on Steam VR. Does that make you go woot woot, Joy?
Okay, let's keep going.
All right. It's got eye tracking. It's got auto IPD adjustments. It's got 5K resolution, pixels per eye, up to 120 field of view, where the Quest has about 101 to 102, 90 hertz refresh rate, an infrared floodlight, and 4 cameras supported to eliminate hand tracking with 26 points of precision, 2 high resolution stereo color pass-through cameras, and scene understanding powered by a depth sensor. Now, Joy, talk to me. Does that sound pretty good to you?
What's the price?
Well, there's 2 things I held back. And it wasn't even the price.
Okay.
All right. It has Fresnel lenses, which is not pancake lenses.
It's not the pancake lenses.
And it's still powered by the XR2 Gen.
Is it one?
XR2 Gen 1.
One chip?
From Quest 2.
Oh.
And
what's
the price is... Joy, I don't like your face right now. I don't like your face right now. And I am not building up to a downfall here. Okay, that's Joy's face taking it that way.
Oh my God!
Here we go.
Don't do me that.
The price is just only. Now you gotta remember what the Vision Pro was at $2,000. The price is only $999. Joy, what you got to say? Good claps.
Okay, so let me get this straight. So I'm paying for eye tracking, face tracking, full body tracking, wired display port, probably like wireless. Is it wireless?
No, you have to buy additional dongle for wireless, but yeah.
And isn't that like $150? The additional?
It sure is. Yes.
Yeah. It sounds like it's for VR chat. It's like
it's the perfect headset for PC VR. I think PC VR, now with Fresnel lenses, we're going to talk about that with the Quest 3S. I can't go back to Fresnel lenses like wholeheartedly. Like pancake lenses, once you've done pancake, you don't go back. Like that's the new saying. Once you do pancake, you can't go back to the Fresnel something fake. I don't know what to say about that. But anyway, that's the knockoff for me, number one. Then the older chipset, I'm like, come on, can we not get the XR2 Gen 2 at least in there for the standalone piece of things? I understand that, the XR2 is still supported. Gen 1, is still supported. But that's something that was just like as a I just $999. I'm a little still hurt from Quest Pro being $1,500 and being dropped down to $999.
Yeah.
Me enjoy bought those things day one. We're gonna talk about just like the Vision Pro. We bought them day one. But I digress. I do have hope now for those who are big into PCVR.
This is a
And
dream come true for them.
I think this might be your headset. Like I think this is because DisplayPort is something that people have been begging for. And this is the thing, Joe. Me and you have never actually used a headset that did direct connection to the PC, not USB-C, not compressed, like complete. So when you're looking at VR chat, it's like looking through like a clear glass to this to what's shown on graphically what your computer can do. Now, I want to take this further. The field of view is much bigger as well. So you got to think about 101 versus like 120. So your field of view is much bigger. Now 5K per eye. That's a pretty big deal. So
okay.
I mean, it's beating in specs. It's definitely beating Quest 3 when it comes down to that spec. Not when it comes to the chipset. But remember, people are going to be using this for PCVR anyway. So if they're going to be using it for PCVR, then the chip on it doesn't matter. The only thing that matters really for that point would be the DisplayPort mode and stuff like that. So Beneficial said, yes, as a PCVR user, it's definitely not bad, especially with full body tracking video shoots considered. Yeah, so they work with the new HTC body trackers, the wireless ones that you can get. That works really good for VR chat and things like that. So yeah, for filmmakers, for anyone who's in the creative, once again, these headsets seem to be more geared now. It's starting to make sense towards headset makers. And that's what it's all about. Look, Lion Like Man said the face Joy made when he said Chanel. Look, man, that's what it's all about. We got a super chat, man. We appreciate you, brother.
Oh, thank you, Hardy.
No, look, I hit the wrong thing. Let me put the there we go. We appreciate you, fam.
Hey,
shout out to you, brother.
you.
Yeah, man, we thank you for that, man. But yeah, so that's what's going on with HTC. Not bad, not a bad
I'm
situation.
glad that they're throwing their hat in the ring and they're participating now. So congratulations, HTC. Let's see what
And listen, if you
want
wanna send us 2 headsets, we'll send you the address, and we will definitely 100% check it out. 1,000,000,000,000% for sure. All right, let's get into the last little bit of news before we get into our apps of the week and our topic. Now, Meta say, look, we always do it. We go Meta, Apple, HTC, or Sony, and then we come back to Meta. Well, Meta say, oh, you want PCVR? You want PCVR? You want better graphics? You want to have better things that your Quest can't even compute? Okay, bet that up, slime. They said Avalanche. So they're on the store right now. Which we don't know if it was a mistake. We don't know if this is a leak. We don't know if this is on purpose. Right now, we've been hearing about Project Avalanche for years now. On the for the Quest platform, which is supposed to be a way to get cloud PCVR to your Quest from Meta servers. So imagine, let's just say that you'll be able to play any PCVR game in full fidelity graphics wirelessly, streaming from a server that Meta owns. So let's take Beat Saber in its full fidelity computer resolution, not the Quest version. VR chat, which me and Joy learned real quick. Quest VR chat versus PC VR chat is two different things.
Yeah,
okay,
absolutely.
You have not done VR chat unless
you haven't done it with PCVR.
PCVR. Look. Yeah. We picking Beneficial's game. We picking his interest right now. So they're talking and it's showing in the store right now. You can't download it now. It's not allowing you to download it, but it is there for us to consider that maybe in the future, coming very soon, we'll be able to stream games like Lone Echo or Beat Saber. That's kind of the ones they showed in the screenshots, or even more, maybe ones that you own in the future, the PCVR versions of that. Now, that to me is a sign of things to come, because as we talk about Horizon Worlds and how we want better capacity, how we want better graphics, maybe this is going to be the platform of how they're going to begin to push it further by basically putting things back on the cloud, and it's a server that's streaming you the game, not the actual chip on the headset.
Yeah, that would be a game. That would be a game changer. So I am looking forward to it. I just hope that it's just something that's out and it's like, oh nope, we're gonna take that away, or something like that. So I hope
Yeah.
it comes soon. So we'll be on the look.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this type of technology. This is the type of things that I really get into. I had bought something called Shadow PC a long time ago, and it was a way for me to stream PC VR. You remember that, Joy? Because Joy was getting on me
Oh, I
because
remember.
I was paying like
I remember.
40 bucks a month for this service. So even if they charge for this, I couldn't see them charging more than $10 a month, or maybe some type of low subscription for this. But we'll see. But that is
We will see.
our breaking news this week. So let's go ahead and get into apps of the week. Now, Joy, you had a time this week, and you specifically chose an app that I know you are really excited to talk about. So let's go ahead and get into it.
Yeah, I chose Just Dance VR. It just came out this week and it was surprisingly good. I was skeptical about it. I was like, I don't know, but for it to come out and the song selections were really good. The thing that it was for me is that it wasn't just the game.
Yeah.
It's a whole like how can I say, it's kind of like Horizon Worlds kind of sort of,
Yeah.
where it has its own like metaverse per se. And so you can meet up with up to 8 people in this like metaverse world thing, and then you can venture off to different places. You can battle people in multiplayer. It's like really cool. And so I was like, oh, okay. It's really interesting. Now the thing is,
Uh-oh.
no. It's a good
Okay.
thing. It's a
Okay.
good, because when I first it gives you the opportunity to create your avatar. And the first thing I noticed is that the avatar was a person of color. I like didn't have to change my
Come
skin tone.
on.
For me, I'm so used to having it change it. So that's the first thing that I noticed. And I was like, okay, let's go.
We're going to give him the good claps for that. We're going to give him the good claps. Yeah. I remember, Joy, we were recording the video. And that's one of the first things you said, like, oh wow, the avatar actually, for the first time I've ever launched into a game, has a person of color, and that's really different.
As the default
avatar.
Yeah.
I think that's a phenomenal thing to see. I mean, of course, maybe on the other side, they may be like, oh, why is that the case? But for us, when you go into 99.9% of the games and you always see different beautiful skin color that may not be your own, you'd be like, well, can I maybe have an opportunity to choose that from the get-go a little bit quicker than normal? So that's a really cool thing to have, Joy. And listen, I enjoyed watching Joy play the game. So that was my favorite part of this whole entire thing. So she has a phenomenal video on the channel right now. So if you are curious about Just Dance VR and you want to get a taste of what it's like, you can watch Joy get down with the get down, a phenomenal video of her showing
thank you.
showing that off. Well, Joy, I'm gonna take a little apart from your list of how you normally handle things, but first of all, again, we got to give a shout out to Hardy West in the building. He don't send, I don't know, somebody don't
what?
Somebody don't took Hardy phone and is this Wes? Is Wes watching? Thank you, Wes.
Thank you, Hardy.
Yeah, thank you, man. Look, man, he over here just dropping the gems. We appreciate you, fam. And it makes sense what he just did, because now we're about to talk about his favorite topic as well, and that's Horizon Worlds. And so my app of the week would be Horizon, and the reason why is because the Office World dropped just last week in Horizon Worlds. And let me tell y'all something. Me and Joy went in with no expectation for it to just be a replica world of The Office. We would have been 100% fine. In fact, if you watch the video, which we have done, if you watch the video, you will see that we literally were excited that it was just The Office.
And you just have to give some backstory, because it's not because it's just The Office.
Yes.
Is that we watch The Office every single night before we go to sleep. Like it's just a ritual thing at this point. So it's 3 years in the making now. And so yeah, The Office is everything to us. So shout out to
I appreciate Joy giving that context. We gotta give her the good claps. She She's gonna give y'all the context. So we love The Office. We've been watching The Office for years. Even before we got married, we've been watching The Office.
Yeah.
That's just one of the things we've done, and that's what made us fall in love with one another. Is that we enjoyed this one particular show to the point to where we want to watch it every single day of our life. Okay, but so we're in there, and then they tell you to go to Michael's desk, and so we're in there, we're playing around, and we realize on Michael's desk is a computer. And on this computer, it's 16 other mini games that you can do inside of this. Now, we have not seen that in any world in Horizon, to where there's 16 different ways to play in the world.
Yeah.
And when I tell you every single one, maybe there's like one or two games where it was like, we can pass on that. Every single game in that world,
it's fun.
So much fun. And if you want to check out us be insane and crying and laughing and joking, check out the video on the channel that we have. It is incredible. It's funny. We had such a good time. And shout out to the developers who made this world. It's been in the making for, I want to say, almost 2.5 years.
Yeah,
it was.
I remember last Connect they was talking about it and stuff like that.
In the previous Connect, they were talking about it as well. So we're talking about almost 2 to 3 years it's been in the making. So really excited to see that. And the last app we're going to talk about is our new app of the week that we want to showcase and say, hey, this is a great game for you guys to go check out. And that is Maestro. Now, listen, Maestro, if you have been paying attention to our social media and seeing some of the stuff we've been posting, this is a hand tracking game. You can also play with controllers as well, where you can control and conduct the orchestra. All right. Now, it has all types of music in there. It's not just like the old fashioned music. But what I love is just that you're in there. You can even hold other things. So you can have like a remote control in your hand and be doing the whole thing. And you're controlling the choir in the back. You're controlling the instruments. You're controlling the percussion. And it's really, really cool, y'all. Like, having so much fun with this game. It's out now. You guys should go check it out. I promise you're going to have a good time.
Yeah, I cannot wait to try it out because, being in a band for like 12 years and stuff like that. And I'm like, I wonder how it's going to translate. So I can't wait to try it out.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we're going to get into our topic now, y'all. So we appreciate y'all rocking with us all the way through this. Make sure y'all hitting them thumbs up and make sure you keeping it locked on getting things done for all the good stuff. Look, we got Lion Like Man saying they put a lot into the Office world. Absolutely.
Yes,
it's a lot to that world for sure. But we want to talk about how affordable mixed reality is finally here.
Yes.
Now, Joy, this is something that we've been waiting for a very, very long time. We have been in the ecosystem with Quest since 2020. We go back. Okay, we go back. And the Quest 2 was affordable. One of the reasons why we were able to go get it at the time, this was during the COVID season. A lot of us was at home. A lot of us were in a situation where we were like, hey, we need some way to kind of escape this normal that we are around, get out of these four walls sometimes because we can't really get out as much. And so it dropped at $299, which is the same exact price that this little buddy just dropped at, right? And it changed everything for us. We were like, this technology, Joy was famous for saying that this technology is more than just games, right?
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
It's more than just apps. And so we want to just take some time today to talk a little bit about the Quest 3S and what it actually means for mixed reality to finally have a device that's priced at the right point to where we are able to truly see mass adoption. Now, it may not happen in the first week. We just saw that with Amazon, on Amazon's list, that it's the top selling gaming device currently. But we know as we get closer to Thanksgiving and Christmas and the holiday season, this thing is just going to skyrocket. The reason why is because it's launching with Batman. It's launching with a ton of experiences. And me and Joy got a chance to get these a few days early before the launch. And one of the things, Joy, that I wanted to specifically touch on that I remember you saw as well and ran into the room was like, Jeremy, did you see this? Check this out. I said, yes. And that is the freaking onboarding. Okay. Now, you guys might say, well, what the heck does the onboarding got to do with anything? Because VR is not simple for everybody. Sure, if you're into technology, if you're into using computers a lot more, if you're in a younger demographic, picking up a Quest, you play games and stuff like that all your life, picking up a Quest is pretty simple. But for someone like my mom or someone who may have not really ever been into computers or things like that, the onboarding on Quest has been lacking. Right, Joy?
Mhm.
You've had these devices for
Oh yeah, so
years.
especially talking about when we first got the Quest 2 and everything, it was totally fresh, it was totally new. It was the first time experiencing something like that. And so for them to revamp this entire onboarding system, I was surprised about the simplicity of it. And not speaking from somebody who has, like, four headsets or whatnot, but really taking that lens off and looking at it from a perspective of someone who never got into this. What
Yes.
pain points of you know getting into this, and I was surprisingly shocked that it was an incredible introduction to a mixed reality device, because you got to think about it, that majority of the people that are getting this may have not experienced mixed reality, or they have been rocking the Quest 2 for a long
Since
time,
2020.
and they're finally saying, you know what, this may be the time
Yeah.
to upgrade. And this is the perfect opportunity to upgrade to the Quest 3S.
Absolutely, absolutely. Look, we got Shelly Gadgets and Things says, "Hello, this is my first time viewing your channel." Well, we appreciate you. Shout out to
Welcome.
you for checking us out. But yes, the onboarding was just spot on. Like I said, I remember the Quest 2 onboarding, and it was cool. This was completely different. You're shown how to operate your controllers. You're shown how to scroll with hand tracking. You're shown how to open and close applications, turn on settings, and then at the very end is the reason why I have this video playing. You're shown this video of what to begin to expect, what is to be expected when you begin to play into VR or mixed reality. And I just love how you can see in the video, like the stuff, the elements start showing up in your room, and
Mhm.
they're showing you like the possibilities of what it feels like. Yeah, they're not showing a headset, they're showing what it feels like to be in the headset. And I thought that
Yes.
was just revolutionary, and I just wanted to shout out the team who actually worked on that, because that is a feat to make onboarding into technology good. Now, me and Joy have done this a few times where we've been allowed to go on campuses and work with students, and work with brands and different companies and different faith-based entities to bring them into the metaverse, right?
Mhm.
Joy, let's talk about for a second why onboarding matters so much.
Onboarding matters so much, because if somebody has a bad experience, they're not going to pick it up again. You only have
Hmm.
one shot. You only have one opportunity to get someone in there and for them to have a experience to where they feel comfortable enough to try to do it on their own. So
That's
that's
right.
the first thing. And second thing that I wanted to mention is that regarding the onboarding process is I noticed that there was a lacking of some sort between giving direction for the app and the headset. And what I mean is
Mm,
that there's one particular time where it says to um, pick up the app and continue from the app, it basically syncing the app to the headset.
yeah,
And it tells you to do that, but it doesn't tell you step by step how to do it. So for me, knowing I have to have the Meta Horizon app, it doesn't say go to the Meta Horizon app. And then also too, it doesn't walk you to say, okay, go to the Meta Horizon app, click on devices, and then pair it. It doesn't say all that. So someone may get a little tripped up on that. But
yeah.
other than that, once you get over that hurdle, everything else is smooth.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's one of the reasons why we wanted to talk about it, because onboarding really matters, because once you get outside of that, that's all the hand holding that is going to do for you. Now
Yeah.
I believe you can go back to the tips and tricks. I think that's like a help app on the Quest where you can go and find the information again, kind of go through that. But it's not going to tell you how to, like my mom called me one day. She was like, well, how do I get into the Peacock app? How do I get into the Netflix app? How do I do this and that? It's not going to teach you all the intricacies. And that's
Right.
where I hope AI, since Meta AI is built into the Quest as well, Quest 3S as well, I'm hoping eventually we'll have like a little NPC that can show up in your room and be able to talk to you
Yeah,
and say, okay, what do you want to do with your
that would be
quest?
cool.
You know, maybe I'll walk you through a few experiences. I think that'd be really cool, and something like that would be major for what we're trying to see on the platform. Now, as we
Mhm.
get into visuals, I want to talk about what visually the Quest 3S is. Now, Joy, let's speak on it real quick. We're talking about a $299 device. The Quest 3,
Mhm.
which is top of the line for what it is, what we would say is one of the best mixed reality experiences you can have. It starts off at $499. You know,
Mhm.
that's the beginning. Now, if you want to say with pancake lenses, if you've experienced it, to me, now we got some people in the building who's go ahead, Joy. What you got?
Okay, so I think we're putting the cart before the horse. So we
Okay.
have to walk it all the way back for people to understand exactly what we're coming for. So I think we need to go for who it's for first before we get into the visuals so you can understand exactly what perspective it is. Because again, if we're talking about visuals, we're it's a certain point to where people who are coming from the Quest 2 to Quest 3S and going from a Quest 3 to a Quest 3S. And who's it for? Basically, if you have a Quest 3, you don't need a Quest 3S. That should have been said point blank period. You know, Jaden, like I think it needs to be said who the device is for first. So all of this other stuff that we're talking about would make sense.
Yeah,
And so
I had that last because I wanted to go really deep on it, but I love that you wanted to pivot there first because it does make sense. The realization is number one, like Joy said, if you already have a Quest 3, this device is not for you. If you have anything that's not a Quest 3, if you're just getting into the Quest market, and you're like, man, I really want to dip my toe into this, then I would say this, of course, this device is for you. Not only that, but you also have the opportunity to upgrade in the future to a Quest 3 if you really, really are big into what the Quest 3S can do. But this is the point that we want to make sure people understand, because I think people think they are two separate things. Outside of a few features, the Quest 3 and the Quest 3S are very much the same device, which is
yeah,
absolutely insane. Number one, what I thought was really cool, Joy, and when we talk about who's this for, if you have a Quest 2, this device 1000% is for you. You can
yes,
stop what you're doing right now. You don't need to listen to anything further. This device is it. This is your upgrade path
yes,
for the same amount of money you spent on the Quest 2. If you want to aftermarket the Quest 2, maybe sell it for $100 or so to a buddy or friend, or you want to give it away to your sibling, or you want to give it to someone else, cool. Find a way to get that $299, get this device, and go for it. I like what Lion Like Man said. There's a lot of features people are getting for $299. I want to see people realize they got a personal theater and 3 laptop screens for that price. 100%.
yes, yes. And also too, going and telling people that the Quest 3, like talking about visuals and whatnot, we have to know from different perspectives, because I've been hearing a lot of people who have the Quest 3 and they get the Quest 3S and they're like, oh, I should have, it's not as good and stuff, but you're discouraging people who are at S2 and saying that this isn't good visually. Is like, no, this is a major leap. From a Quest 2 to a Quest 3S is a major leap, but it's not for the people that has the Quest 3.
Yeah. So I'm one of those people in the camp. I'm not going to shy away from it. I'm one of those people in the camp who's saying, yes, it is it's an upgrade, but it's the same display that the Quest 2 is. It's the same lenses as the Quest 2. So there really isn't a difference as far as like how it looks. The benefit of it is the power. The benefit is
The
that you're
power,
go
yeah,
ahead.
go ahead. No,
The,
no, no, go ahead.
the power of the Quest 3 is in the Quest 3S. The power of mixed reality is in the Quest 3S. So yes, for that price, you're getting a whole bunch. But the difference is there is a completely different panel in the Quest 3. But like you said, if we're going to go off of who's it for, number one, well, yeah, it's for people who are coming from Quest 2, 100%.
Yeah,
Now,
and also for people who's never experienced mixed reality and trying to get them to it for this particular
for this
price
price
point.
point. Now that's
Yeah.
the key because that's what I would do if I was sitting in front of someone and I was to say that. And I'm loving this back and forth, y'all. Let make some noise for this back and forth because we get to the nitty gritty. We don't just agree. We want to make sure we touch on everything. That's why I love Joy. She will never shy away from just like going straight in and digging in. So let's talk about this for a second. If I was to go and someone was to say, "Hey, what quest is for me?" The first question is going to
Hmm.
be, "What's your budget?" What's your
That
budget?
part. Yes.
If your budget's, oh man, I only got a few hundred to spend, oh man, Quest 3S all day. All day.
That part.
If you tell me money is not an option, well, I'm going to tell you Quest 3. I'm definitely not going to tell you to go get a Quest Pro because it's got an old chipset and it's not going to be supported much more. And we had to remember Quest 2 and Quest Pro are at this point basically no longer being sold. So the
Right.
stock, once the stock is gone of Quest 2 and Quest Pro, that's
That's
it.
it.
That is it. No longer going to be in stores anymore. And so we have to understand that going forward, the new marker is Quest 3S. The new
Yes.
marker is Quest 3. So
Yes.
it just comes down to budget. So we've touched on that. And the only reason why I brought up visuals, the only reason is because we do have people in here who have been confused that thinking because there's an S, because we've been trained by Samsung. We've been trained by Apple. Then when you add an S onto something, that means super. It means a new feature. It means next level. And really, what the S means on this is simpler, simplified.
Yes.
More or less. And so what I shaved down. So the whole idea is the Quest 3S is actually 1 gram lighter than the Quest 3. Now we're not beefing, we're not coming at it because at the end of the day, you will hear me say this 100%. You'll hear Joy say this 100%. The Quest 3S for that price is outrageous. How did Meta
Yes.
get this
It's
thing
great.
in hand? It's incredible. And when you get the right sweet spot, the only issue with Fresnel lenses is that it's not for everybody because that sweet spot, you got to hit it just right. Not trying to be funny, but you got to hit that spot just right. Otherwise, Joy has heard me complain for years that when I would put on her Quest 2, for whatever reason, her Quest 2 lenses were better than mine. I don't understand it. I could see everything clear as day and had no issue. I would put my Quest 2 back on, trying to adjust the IPD and all that good stuff, and it just always looked blurry to me. When I got into the Quest Pro and I got into the Quest 3, pancake lenses, never had an issue with seeing anything on it. And that's one of the things that for me is very important. Now, a line like man said, being seen people call it a Quest 2 Plus or Quest 2S, and I just don't have the mental energy to correct it. Absolutely.
No.
Yeah, Beneficial said, looking forward to more perspectives to come in. I have been doing tours for a lot of friends and family. Listen, this is the thing. Now, if I'm going to go buy a bunch of headsets, I'm going to get Quest 3Ss.
Period.
Yeah, I'm not going to go get a lot of people Quest 3s and you've never even stepped into this thing. You don't even understand or comprehend what's the power. And here's the thing, y'all. We're just getting started. Quest 3 is really just about to hit its stride. The Quest 3 family is really on. The Quest 3 is only a year old. Quest 3S just came out. Quest 2 started in 2020, y'all. So think about how many updates have hit this headset. It is the most updated device I've ever owned in my life. It's on update 71.
Yes.
71 PTC right now. So that's pretty insane when you think about it. So if we're going to continue that with Quest 3 and Quest 3S, I think you're going to make the right choice when you come down to that. Now, we wanted to talk about the last piece of this, and we'll end with this, is about mixed reality. A lot of people, Joy, don't know the wonders of mixed reality. They don't understand, comprehend the power of mixed reality. Joy, tell me about one of your favorite experiences in mixed reality that you felt like, man, this was like next level for me, and it changed the way you looked at how and what mixed reality was.
Being able to play a game and have your room or your studio be a part of the element of the game, that
Yeah.
is incredible, where it's like it's tracking, it knows where specific things are in your room and the little objects may jump off of them, incorporated in the game somehow.
Yeah.
That is incredible. But another thing too is that I love that it pulls people in who may have never wanted to play this. Like for example, I know when I let my mom play
First
First Encounter,
encounters. Yeah.
it was like, oh my gosh, totally different from when we brought her into Horizon Worlds for the first time, and it was the first time her putting her headset on and not being able to see her, surroundings and whatnot,
Yeah.
but eased her into it. And I think that that is it's like, okay, it's a gateway to get people to be sucked in and love this experience.
Yeah, like that. What you just said is it brings them, it draws them in. It's magical. When you are looking, I
Yeah.
remember we had my mom do the same thing where she, I'm like, Mama, look around the room. She's trying to find these little aliens. And you would think she would be afraid, but once she saw the little thing come out the ceiling and she's like, who broke my ceiling? She's like, somebody just broke my ceiling. It's like, no, Mama, it's just a game. And then they start coming out the walls and she starts shooting at the little cute things. And she was like, she was laughing so hard having such a good time. And that was the first thing. And then we set her down, then brought her into a fully immersive game. And she was hooked, y'all, and so mixed reality is the hook. And if you want to go further down the timeline, I played a game called Starship Home that basically your whole room transforms and you're in your room, but you feel like you're not actually there anymore because parts of your room has transformed, showing outside to like space and all these other things going on. And it's very
Yeah.
mind trippy. And the better these devices get, the better it's going to be. And I think that's going to be really cool. We had something from Scott B. Appreciate you. He said, you guys are in a unique position of having both Quest 3 and AVP. Have y'all done a stream comparing the relative experiences? I love my Quest 3, but those immersive experiences on Apple Vision Pro are drool worthy. Freaking
I think
lutely.
that they are night and day.
Come on, Joy. Come on, talk about it.
Yeah, I think the headsets are night and day as far as Quest 3 and the Apple Vision Pro. I think they're in the category within their own. And Apple Vision Pro, when I tell you those graphics and how it seamlessly connect with everything, our whole Apple ecosystem,
Yeah.
um, we actually love with that. Now, as far as the Quest 3, as far as gaming is concerned and being able to play all those different games, that's top of the line for the Quest Android devices. So I think they're totally different things, like comparing apples to oranges, in my
Look,
opinion.
you're literally comparing Apple to Android. And what we will say, what we will also say is we won't do that comparison because we look at them as two separate devices. We think when it comes
Yeah.
down to Quest 3, it's in its own category. I like what Mark had said when he's tested the Vision Pro. He's like, you know what? I think this is the best headset on the market. For what it is and what Quest 3 does, I
Mm-hmm.
believe it is the best headset on the market. Now, if you want to talk about entertainment, if you want to talk about pushing forward in compute and what working in a headset is like, the Vision Pro is
Mm-hmm.
completely different perspective. It is not. It's a
Absolutely.
different. It's like saying chocolate or vanilla. They're two different flavors. I like even Beneficial just said it. Different flavors. That's exactly right. So we won't do that comparison. We will talk about it, but we won't really do that comparison because we don't want to confuse people even more to say, well, if you can't afford a Vision Pro, we still today. Joy, if you want to take the liberty to tell them what we recommend, we don't recommend the Vision Pro to anybody. We do
Not
not.
as of yet.
We can't.
Still
We
not.
we promised on our review that we would update people when we felt the Vision Pro was worthy of a consumer to buy. Now, if you have the money to burn, literally, to
And
get
just
this,
and it's not,
yeah,
and if you're okay for it to collect dust every now and then and you have to pick it up and wipe it off, then
yeah.
you do what you do.
Yeah,
But
like yeah, even in the house where we're heavily involved in VR, where we're heavily involved in XR, where we're deep in love with these devices, we do not pick up the Vision Pro every day. I was in it last night, and I had a Joy came in the room and saw me, and she said I had a smile from ear to ear. I was watching me some anime. It was Kaiju number 8. I was having me a good old time, enjoying that in Crunchyroll on a huge screen on the mountaintops. It was great, but
and then also too, when we have meetings when we don't feel like, being on screen, and we have
yeah.
our avatars in the Apple Vision Pro, we put those on for meetings and stuff like that. So it's cool for that matter. But I mean,
Yeah. Look,
Okay.
look, Joy don't have much to say. We have a podcast dedicated to the Vision Pro. We're gonna be resurrecting it very soon because we got a lot of exciting things to talk
Not
about.
resurrecting.
Yeah, we resurrecting it because we kind of got, you know, let's be real to the audience. We kind of got discouraged. We were expecting, you know, the Vision Pro to really come out swinging on a lot of things, and it just hasn't. And instead, Meta has just unleashed
Yeah.
the freaking beast and made sure that they stay the leaders in this market. And currently, they're 100% the leaders in this market, and we don't
Yeah.
see that changing anytime soon, even with a $2,000 headset. And that's us being optimistic about it. So, Apple, show us something. Tim, show us something. Craig, show us something. We want to see that this thing can do it, but we just don't know. But we will say, Scott B, we appreciate your comments about this. He was also saying Apple puts a premium on 180 VR, unlike Meta 360 VR stuff. I hope Meta fixes this. Just drop a 360 VR and push more on 180. Listen, you got two people in this group on this call right now on this podcast that's saying to you, we went to the Connect World. This will be the last thing we'll talk about real quick. That 3D spatial video they shot in there,
Mwah. Chef's kiss.
the best I've ever seen in Quest ever. In fact, if you go to
Yeah.
Meta TV on your Quest, I believe it's still there where you can watch the Meta Connect conference in 3D, spatial 3D, and it's probably the best quality I've ever seen. I believe it was shot in 4K or 8K, something crazy like that, and it's gorgeous. It's magnificent. So if you want to look into opportunities like that, there is that as well. Man, this has been one heck of a show. We went over. We was speaking. We was gonna be done early, but y'all, this is what it's all about. Talking about the affordable mixed reality is finally here. Joy, any last words you want to talk about when it comes to this, Joy?
So we just want to recap to let you know that the MetaQuest 3S is out, available for anybody with a Quest 2 that's looking to upgrade. This is the prime opportunity to do that. Get that device. It'll change like everything, especially upgrading from a Quest 2. But we have had such an amazing time, everybody. Thank you again for so much and just rocking with us every time we do get them to the metaverse. I mean, Jay,
Absolutely.
how you feeling?
Listen, I love what Joy said. There's so many quests, we can almost get tongue-tied about it. But
I
if you're
know.
coming from the Quest 2, the Quest 3S is your upgrade path. Also, on top of that, if you're able and you're like, man, I want to take it to another level, then hey, we got some affiliate links that y'all can check out. Okay, make sure you hit them links because we're gonna make sure that you guys always know what to do with these devices. Mixed reality is about to take a huge leap forward. This next year we're about to go into is going to be outrageous, not just for Meta, but for everything and everyone in the XR world. And we're so excited to continue this Get Them to the Metaverse journey and the mission that we're on to help to make the extraordinary metaverse an ordinary part of life.
And we're going to continue to be the voice of reasoning for everybody who wants to know what is going on in this space. Look, we're going to break it down for you, and we're going to let you know exactly what's going on. You don't have to tune in to anywhere else except here. Get them to the metaverse.
Well, there's nothing else to be said, y'all. It's your boy Jay Dunn.
And it's Joy Rain.
And we'll see you next time on Get 'em to the Metaverse. Peace.
Peace.